Ahead of schedule, we're entering the realm of science fiction, strapping ourselves into reclining chairs, watching screens fill with a planet that looks something like the Earth we remember, but less detailed, less hospitable. Entering into the spirit of things, we adopt expressions of heroic concentration and end each sentence with over. Who'd have thought that dystopia would be so mundane? Who'd have thought that parallel worlds would be stacked so tight there'd be no room left to breathe? Rivers run black, and when we check the likelihood of a breathable atmosphere, the data's inconclusive. Winking digits demanding caution while confirming the lack of any alternative. Scans estimate a population of almost 8 billion humans, but the only voice in our retro headset, sizzling through static that blisters like boiling fat, is the big bad wolf, suggesting last-minute adjustments and promising a warm welcome. Sometimes the most important decisions come down to generic tropes and narrative expectations, and I momentarily consider a young girl running through a dark wood, a proud pig thatching his dream home, raising a licked anthropomorphic finger to test the weather. But we're locked into our story like a rebel ship in a tractor beam, braced for a battle against insurmountable odds. We prepare ourselves for impact, exchanging steely smiles as the galaxy howls like a wolf. And I wonder at what point I should reach for your hand. Past and future are indistinguishable in this world, but churches blossom and fade as supermarkets rise and fall. It's a matter of tides and needs, of lies and deeds, of sky and seeds, and all things flowering in the correct angle of light. And in the avenues of pound shops and charities, a cortege of shopping trolleys weaves its solemn duty past bowing queues at empty cash machines, leeching respect from doorway smokers and buskers with cheap amplifiers who only know 2 songs, both of them sad. And some days we are all priests, regardless of belief. And rain is our ministry, dirt our solemn duty. The procession passes, all name tags and grudging smiles, clicking loose change like rosaries. Everything has a sell-by date, and the Sunday girl arranges wilting flowers, lights half-price candles with her unfinished homework. Thy will be done. Have a nice day. And on a bench by a corner, there's the big bad wolf sitting, blowing on rigid fingers he's bitten from hands that have fed him. It's so cold that he can hide his yellow grin behind his own breath. He hands me a tourist guide that shows nothing but exit roads and the Canis Minor dwarf galaxy. He crosses himself, then crosses the street, whistling, his rough paws slapping a child's tambourine. By the time I find you, you're sleeping in a hall lined with crooning radios, your dreams rising and falling like the North Sea, your coarse sheets bustling like wet sand. It's a sleep bought with cigarette coupons chosen from a glossy catalogue, then lost for 50 years. Your family is no longer at this address, but the doorbell rings like a calliope, and you swing your smooth brown legs from under a mountain of half-remembered, half truths, and you're unbolting the door before you can even say big bad wolf. And before you know it, there's cocoa in hand-thrown mugs, I'm toasting crumpets at the snickering fire, and the wolf settles himself into the slack-springed armchair to tell you a story. His voice is a radio lost between stations, a pirate on 20 a day, but you have never felt as safe. So you close your tiny fists into that soft, warm belly fur as he hums you back into yourself. And it's important to remember that when no one else can hear, wolves sing falsetto, their pitch shifting like moistened fingers on the rims of wine glasses. Wolves, of course, know nothing of glass, sipping wine from silver goblets inscribed with scenes from wolf history and wolf folktale. And wolves can't read, but they forget nothing, retelling their stories time after time, as cleanly as biting into an apple. Wolves have no need for apples, preferring the taste of meat and stories. They have no interest in spices or metaphors, and all their anecdotes end with feasting. And when they enter the town, dressed in neutral suits and colourful ties, wolves don't sing at all, keeping their voices for casual greetings and pragmatic alliances. But when they queue for coffee and when they slump into the backs of taxis, their every nerve howls. In the dark, our hearts beat so close they could be two sides of the same drum, syncopating with the city's lopsided jazz. And on Main Street, wolves wear the sweltering night buttoned tight around their shaggy necks. They've given up on scrub and step, headed to where cicadas sing and margaritas come in chilled jugs with sugared rings. All through the day there's been flesh on display, bums, guns and guts reddening in flip-flopped afternoons, overripe for the tasting, burnt silly with the freedom of mini-brain madness. But oh, those brief nights are best, with skunk-humming preloaded party animals stagger swaggering in slurred strobes, pop-eyed, blind and limp by the wind. And away in the west a lighthouse winks and looks away, and the wolves losing their collars tap ringed fingers on the seafront rail, lick the spittle from their cornered grins as they sniff the sweat and cologne. What big dreams you have. But it's 4 a.m. and the bass ripples to the sea. Wake the irritable world, and the wolves are rolling up their sleeves, nodding their heads to the irresistible beat. Towards the door, the music creeps up the back stairs, trailing cheap wine and cigarettes, hot under distressed leather. Its hair's mussed up and its boots are scuffed, and it speaks in an accent that could be San Francisco or Shangri-La, whispering at the keyhole like the big bad wolf himself. Drums on the jam like forbidden dancing, greased back and slide, pulse deep and insistent. But when you open the door, there's nothing there but the last of the big city night, with all its tired silence. And you listen for rhythms in the distant traffic, in the push and pull of elevators and underground trains, but there's only hushed voices turning you back to sleep. So you close the door like a prayer that, when you turn, there's the music, sprawled and grinning on the beat-up sofa, tap, 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 tapping a body-warm bottle, and it raises to its red lips. Because when all's said and done, the big bad wolf's not so big or bad, so I invite him round every once in a while. We've little in common, but long years of huffing and puffing, and it's best to avoid politics or religion with wolves. so we keep conversation insubstantial. How my job's going, what's new in the dark wood, and how there's a trend towards personal redemption and wider morality in current TV comedy shows. I reckon the latter's a good thing, but the big bad wolf feigns ambivalence, adhering to his culturally prescribed role. He never stays late, getting twitchy when the light fades and the howling starts, gathering darkness into a concert of freedom and need. So when he takes his leave, his paws are hot and wet in my cold hand, and even as we exchange commonplaces on the threshold, I can see his eyes are elsewhere, unpicking the hunger we share but never mention in the spiced heart of my gingerbread house. So here we are, still braced for touchdown, still spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, still blinking in the beauty of astronomical distances. Gaseous clouds become nothing but light and distance, crab head in the night sky, horse head in the night sky, cliffs fall away into the sea, and a lighthouse performs its dervish dance, curling back over the horizon. The speed of erosion is relative. Light and distance, bright points delineating neither archer nor goat. And out on the waves, a shadow of a boat, arbitrary intersections, perception, belief, preparing a meditation of lighthouses. Blink. We are entering the realm of science fiction. Blink, light and distance, light and distance, light, distance, over.
Hardwick. The reading of the poetry there over Dead World. Incubus Love. Sorry. Oz Hardwick doing the poetry over Dead World. Hold on. We're going to make it even more professional. Hold on. Wow. Silence is hot but golden. Whew. Dead World. That's right, Dead World. Oz Hardwick. Incubus Love Child. Off of the title track off of Dead World, which I have here. Let's see. Oh, I got a whole bunch of them. I got Live 25, right? I got Live 25. I got Time Terrorist. I got Time Terrorist. I got Dead World. Dead World. I got that. Courtesy of skidmark.org and Incubus Love Child. I want to thank skidmark.org and Incubus Love Child for sending me vinyl and making life a beautiful world with some vinyl. What else do I got? Oh, I also got Aliens Within special picture disc single. Got that. Should we do some vinyl? Let's do some vinyl. What if I did that? What would happen there? Nothing too magical. Let's see. So we just did Dead World, the title track off of Dead World. So what do you say we do something off of... Actually, that was the Live 25 version. So I should really take that back. Or it could be the Oz edit off of the Dead World compilation. But let's play some vinyl. Lord of Infinity, Beyond the Blue Horizon. One of my faves. So let's do that. Let's do Beyond the Blue Event Horizon. Follow the link. Let's see. Follow the link. I can see the show, but I have no interface meet. Hold on. Let's see if I could send Skitter, aka Incubus Love Child, aka my buddy, my pal, the link to this shit. Let's see. Technology. You gotta love it. You gotta hate it. You got no effing choice. You got no choice. When you join, you have to join with your camera and all that stuff. Skitter, if you can hear me right now. So while we're waiting for Mark to get into the show, I'm going to play something off of the Time Terrorist collection, which I have right here. The good thing is Mark says he can see and hear the show. So we're on to something there. I haven't seen anybody pop into this chat room, though. You gotta come into the chat room. The chat room. Into Shatty Room Land. I don't know. Well, we're gonna try and get Skitter in here. We'll play some stuff and see if I can contact them somehow. See if I can get him in. Is everybody in? I Don't know. Oh, I have a response from the Skidmeister. See, I sent myself this link, and I just clicked on it and got in, and bastards. Bastards. I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me go to Skitter, see if I can get something going on here. Phone. There. Phone. Sent a photo to you. To you. Create a room. Add a room. Camera to OBS. Create a room. Add your camera. Hold on, Skitter. Give me 1 second. Let me go in this one more time. All right. Join room with camera. Let's see. You know, when I click on the stupid link, I get this thing that says join room with the camera and share, screen share with room. Let me see if I go in, if I can send it after that. Okay, now I'm in. Feedback. Hold on. Stop that shit. Stop that shit. No, it won't let me do it that way. Shut up. All right, let me play something, and I'm going to get Skitter onto the show. How's that sound? Does that sound like a game plan, everybody? I think it sounds like a game plan. What do you say I just, like, plop the needle on a record, and then I'll get everything going. Here we go. Let's do this. All right, so this is going to be Time Terrorists. Important thing to remember about this is to play this at 45, not 33. Let me get my cleaning device out and make sure that we're dust free. Although I have been dusted a few times. All right, there's our dusting. I had to change the needle on my turntable. That was my problem. All right, here we go. Here we go, I think. Incubus Love Child. Time Terrorist, Side B. We hope. Yeah, I hear it too. All right. Well, that's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, so we'll just say fuck that. See, that's the easy way to do things here at the Bumpskey Show. We just go, fuck that. And we're gonna go like this instead. How's that? You ready? Good. All right, Incubus Love Child, Alien Life Form, right?
I'm waiting for you. Thank you.
All right, so Alien Life Form Live. That's Skitter McSkitter. Incubus Love Child. Incubus Love Child. Trying to get Incubus Love Child on the show right now. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty, so please stand by. Technical difficulty, so please stand by. And hopefully we'll be able to get Incubus Love Child on the show. I wanted to kind of like track through the upcoming Alien Messiah collection with Incubus Love Child. So if we get him in, we'll do it with him. If we don't, we'll do it without him. And we'll kind of track through the upcoming Alien Messiah collection, kind of like what they do with the Stones and everybody else. We'll do a little like listening party. How does that sound? Now, he did say to me that I should play it in order. The song should be played in order. So we will try and stick to that. I'm just going to verify that I can get to the show through this link that I'm sending. Now, unfortunately, there's so many different phones, and there's... I think I see Skitter coming in here. Hold on, yeah, I see him. Hold on a second. Say something, sir. Alright, I see your mic moving, so we'll get to that part in a second. Alright, so we're going to bring Mark into the show here. You know what? I'm going to just play something else. Do a little background stuff with Incubus Love Child, but just be aware that we will be having Incubus Love Child just in a little bit. So hold on, let me find something else to play. We just did Alien Life Form. That was from the Sonic Rock Solstice Festival of 2025, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is, well, we'll ask him. Screw looking for the album. Let me find something to play real quick. That would be more productive. All right, this is short, so it won't give me a lot of time to do the technical stuff I got to do. So we'll see if I'm any good at this. This one is Beyond the Blue Event Horizon. All right, so I only have limited time to get Mark up and running. Here we go. You ready? right, so there he is, Incubus Love Child. What's up, Mark? Hold on 1 second. Good. I can hear you perfectly.
See?
I'm doing good. How's things with you?
Yeah, it's been a bit frantic, to be honest. Been away for a week, so come back this weekend. Well, it would have been a nicer break if I hadn't decided to take a load of my, as you know, my new album's just been completed. And I decided to take a laptop and get the assets off for production while I was away. But it all went a bit pear-shaped, so yeah. So I'm a bit of a frantic weekend when getting back, trying to send stuff off that should have been off last week. Basically, I'd sent the wrong files off for mastering. Didn't realise until I was away, so I had to do it this weekend. So I've been at work today.
So would you send like the wrong mixes?
Well, yeah, I'd had all the masters back, and I was happy with them. But then for the pre-vinyl masters, once I had the digital masters back, I then ran them through my system to add in all the metadata, you know, the track name and album, etc., that you see on your stereo or whatever, because that don't come back in the masters. But then I also added in the spacing between tracks to then stitch them all together for the side A and side B, the vinyl pre-masters. Sorry, the pre-vinyl masters, which I sent off, and they realised I hadn't copied the versions that I'd added the space to, and also I'd noticed there was a slight artifact right at the very end of I Horus on that previous version, so I'd faded it out, but the version I sent him still had the artifact in because he picked it up. That's how I found out I sent him the wrong ones. So, but yeah, they've gone now. So
now the ones that I got from WeTransfer, those were the good ones, the right ones.
Was that this weekend?
Yes,
they're the right ones. Yes.
All right. So I thought since last time we spent most of our conversation talking about Skidmark, which I'm looking at right now, and let's find out first of all, where'd you go on holiday?
Just the Welsh coast.
Okay. So beach.
Sarah's sister's got a caravan right up on the coast, so we always do the same week every year there for just a bit of R&R.
So it's kind of like time sharing. We have time sharing.
No, she owns it. Sarah's sister and her husband, they actually own the caravan. That, you know, they basically use it, and then now and again, Sarah's mum and dad go over there quite a bit, and me and Sarah and Emily go over once a year. Them two might go off for the odd weekend and leave me to do my music. So yeah, it's good.
Very nice. Was it a nice week? Was the weather nice?
Wasn't too bad actually, because normally you can always tell the weather's going to be bad because it's our week to be away, because it's been really sunny for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and then as soon as we got to the coast, it went cold and it rained a bit for 2 days, but then it picked up again. So
yeah, because you guys had that like 100-degree weather. Well, 100 for us translate to Celsius. What is it, Celsius? Like 30?
Yeah, it was 30. It was pretty damn hot.
Yeah. So it was hot in the northern part of Europe, which it usually isn't. I mean, usually you get to like what, 20?
Yeah. If you're lucky if it's like 20, 25 most of the time in the summer.
Yeah, so that's...
And then it's about sort of anything between 4 and 12 in the winter.
So what's the temperature on Rockra Prime? What is that like?
Oh, that's minus 126, I think.
So it's pretty damn cold, huh?
Yeah.
Cold as some witch's titties, huh?
That's it.
Speaking of witch's titties, I got attached to one of Lynn's Facebook posts.
Oh yeah.
And she does like have all her music on band something. One of these.
Is it broad something, isn't it?
Yeah. That's it.
Because I found it and I actually contacted her and saying how much I missed her, but
no, I think Lynn is busy with John. Lynn and John are pretty busy. But
yeah, I did see a YouTube channel.
Yeah, so but she has all her music up there and a couple of songs I had never heard before, like 1 or 2. So I don't know if it was new. It sounded new to me because her voice sounded a little different. So maybe she's creating new stuff. Who knows?
Oh, I'll have to take a look. I haven't been on the site for a long time, actually.
Yeah, there's like 30 songs up there. I mean, some of them she got from me because she had sent me like all her files. And she was like, Jerry, before I go looking through all these hard drives, do you have these songs? And I was like, of course I do. I'm like the Smithsonian for artists that never made it anywhere.
Yeah.
So
it's funny. I've got quite a large selection of CD racks at work now for all my products, but I've also got one section which is all the CDs I've ever received from bands over the years since I've been doing Skid Mark. So in the last 25 years, so it's two good racks, and there's a lot of them just don't exist anymore, and so it's a shame because some are absolute priceless. Some of the songs, some of the music I'm still listening to today because it's so good.
yeah, I mean, I got a couple of boxes of CDs and promo stuff, and we live in a condo, so we have like a storage area in our basement that we don't really have anything in it except for not even Christmas decorations. Pretty much just that's down there. And I agree with you. A lot of it is just like, hey, you know what? It's just good. So if they could, I guess there could be eventually a way to just put it all up somewhere so you can just enjoy the music.
Yeah.
I mean, that's partially what I do because I still spread it around, but it'd be cool if like you didn't care anymore about making money off your music and you just wanted it heard. And if,
I don't.
and if there was just like a server that you can make it like free for everybody, just call it like free for everybody, and anybody who doesn't care about royalties, and maybe make it donation based. Nobody's going to donate, but you could.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I mean, because I'm in the process. When I do actually get the time, I take a handful and I run it through. While I'm doing something on one PC, I'll rip them on another. Because like the worry is because a lot of them are sort of pre-production CDRs, like demos they sent you.
Yeah.
And the worry is obviously CDRs have got a finite life.
Yeah. I heard they just like disappear after a while.
Well, I've had a few where they just start clicking.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is most of the stuff that I got that was halfway decent, I digitized as soon as I got it. So I just been moving files from hard drives to hard drives. So, but luckily, just because I wanted to play it on, I started with just CD players, and if I just stayed like that, I'd be in the same situation. Like, what am I going to do with all these? Which is what I did kind of with the live videos. I'm kind of worried about the original tapes. Some of them, it's been like 26 years that they've been hanging out. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the time. It's quite time consuming to digitize it all. I mean, after my dad died, I was going through a lot through stuff, and he had an old suit, one of the old like 8mm video cameras, the old tape ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like boxes and boxes of little tapes, and when my two eldest were little. They used to film quite a bit, play in the garden and running around with the hose and just stupid stuff like that and singing. And I thought it'd be great to to go through all the tapes and find all the good stuff and digitize it. But oh my God, it took days. I ended up probably like an hour and a half's worth of actual digital video.
Well, the problem is like just the conversion to your computer. That's real time. So if it's an hour tape, that's an hour. Then once you start editing and, you're talking, there's companies like send us a box and we'll digitize everything for like $500. I don't know how many.
The kidney.
Yeah. I don't know how many tons that is, but it's a lot of money if you have no money. If you're like Elon Musk, it's like, yeah, send a box over. Go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah. I'll send you a crate.
Yeah. Here comes a shipload of my home videos. Fucking, I'm never gonna watch them anyway. That's the other thing too. It's like, are you ever really gonna look at that stuff? It's all great to have, and it's good to have if your kids want it. Like if your kids were to come to you and say, "Hey, Dad, Did you ever videotape us? You could go here. Now it's your problem, you know? But I don't know. Like my sister has a lot of stuff like that nobody's ever going to look at. Like cases and cases of VHS tapes, you know?
Saying that, the flip side of it, I mean, this generation, they're the opposite, aren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
they spend their life trying to avoid the camera because everyone's got a camera and a video. I mean, I saw quite an interesting thing about, how, this generation, and one of the reasons they don't tend to go to pubs and clubs anymore is because they're too worried about being videoed, dancing. No one dances anymore because everyone's worried about looking stupid on camera and it being posted online, or making out with someone and it being posted online. So, there's less and less dating and interaction because everyone's just worried about being filmed and stuck on the internet.
Yeah, that's the good thing about growing up in the 70s. If you had a camera, you took pictures, and those pictures were long gone. But, you could just not get involved in the whole social media part of society and just go, hey, you know what? If they make fun of me on TikTok, who the fuck cares? I don't really. But you should get money, I think. Like, let's say somebody videotapes you and it goes viral. I think you should be able to get some of the money of that, I think.
Yeah, I must say, because it can be detrimental, but it also can kickstart your career. It's like Bobby Liebling, Pentagram, the band Pentagram.
Yeah.
They sort of disappeared off the face of the earth for quite a few years. Were very underground, and then there was a bit of viral video of Bobby Liebling, the lead singer. He's going a bit bald at the front with his wild hair and his big eyes staring out into the crowd like this. And it was used like a little bit of a wizard, like a mad wizard. And everyone was using it for a meme saying, whatever. Yeah. And it became very viral. And suddenly their music became popular again because people were looking at them. Suddenly doing European tours again, South American tours. So, it can have a very positive effect on your life, social media, if it turns out right, but most of the time I suppose it isn't.
Of course, once again, England is way more classier with their viral. They have a band that goes viral. We have the Huck Tui girl who went viral for doing Huck Tui, and then you can't find her anymore. You can't find Huck Tui girl. I don't even know where she is.
Yeah, she'd like invest loads of money or invest lots of other people's money that all went tits up.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, she pulled one of those fake Monopoly money scams where she put out some Digicoin or some shit, and she was in it on Friday, and then as soon as everybody bought into it, she cashed out and took all the money, and everybody was standing around holding Huck Tui pictures.
I understand greed, I mean, I run two businesses, but I've never been like, I know people go, oh, by the time I'm, young guys in their 20s and 30s, by the time I'm 50, I want a Porsche and £1 million in the bank. Why?
Yeah.
As long as you've got enough money to pay your bills, pay a bit forward, treat your family, buy the odd toy for yourself. What more do you need? Why do you have? I mean, this is a reason why, like your country, my country specifically, there's so many billionaires, and there's more and more because all the people are hoarding money, and everyone else is suffering for it.
Hey, is Emily playing video games right now?
Probably. She was, because
it might be affecting the connection now. All of a sudden, you just started breaking up a little bit.
Well, let me just check. Memento.
Okay.
Stick a song and I'll be back in one moment.
All right. So, Mark, Incubus Love Child from the UK, we're just gonna check and see if any video games are going on, because something happened there. Mark was sounding great, and then all of a sudden he went. So. We're just going to check it. See if we can get Emily to hold off for about a half hour. See if we can get Emily off of the games for a half hour.
Oh, right, yes. She's off.
I'll let you know.
She said it's been playing up all day, actually, so I need to have a look at that. So we got fiber now, so it should be pretty quick.
I mean, you were great in the beginning of the interview, and then I noticed like all of a sudden, so I thought maybe she started playing a game or something.
No, I think it was purposely slowing the signal down because I was boring everyone.
Okay, yeah, and now you're better again, so that's good. So, I thought we'd talk about the new album since you sent it to me, and I do have it, and I've played Eye of Horus, and I still think Eye of Horus, I like it a lot. I think it's a great song. I don't know if it needs the woman over it. I'm still undecided about that part of it. But I know why you did it, because like a lot of people, as soon as they hear an instrumental, they just kind of like click off of it and like, oh, it's an instrumental, you know? And it doesn't carry as much weight as something with vocals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really strong song, and like your David Gilmour guitar playing has gotten way better. Where to me, is that in Eyes of Horus, or is that in Take Me to Your Leader at the end, where you do like a little guitar riff?
At the end of Eye of Horus, I'm doing the one with the wah wah. It's
right,
like very Egyptian, like wow, 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 wow. It's very
it's not
undulating.
that one.
But there's a really long guitar riff in Take Me to Your Leader, which is one of my favorite ones I've done to date. So it might be that one.
Yeah, I think it's that one, because you posted that video last night, and like 20 minutes after you posted it, I played it on the show.
That's the one. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so all right, so let's go into your Reptile Soul. Let's get rid of. Oh wait, one more thing before we get rid of Mark. Sons of Moo, is that interview still on for August on Skidmark? Is that September?
Because it's going to be September now.
Okay.
I should have, again, that was another thing I was going to be doing while I was away on the laptop, was preparing August's upload, which I started, but I never got it finished. So hopefully in the next couple of days, August's upload will be up, but it's not Sons of Moo in August. Sons of Moo are going to be featured artists in September.
Okay, who's August?
It's Lords of Form in August.
Okay.
So I've had all the information for the featured arts month pages for each of the band members. We're going to have a competition to win a signed Our Shared Humanity vinyl, which is, you don't see much in the way of signed stuff by now, so that's going to be quite good. It's also, I think it's going to be signed by Tony as well, as one of his new guys, who's like a guitar and vocals. Also, there'll be a copy of the False Light EP, which only the first 30 purchasers of the vinyl got when it first came out, so that's a rarity. And there's also going to be a copy of the new album, Fallow and Fane, on CD, which is a really good album. And that's the one. So it'll be a signed copy of that, plus 2 CDs for the first prize. Second prize will be a copy of the Fallow and Fane. I don't say just, but a copy of Fallow and Fane on CD. And I will be interviewing Niall as soon as we can get it organised. So in the next week or so, that'll be really interesting, because like he's an interesting character, and he's such a wide background in the music industry. You know, from fact he teaches music engineering at the university half the week. To the fact, he was part of Hawkwind for many years. It'd be quite interesting to perform and to post up.
It's interesting how Mark, while I'm still talking to Mark, is turning a little into Quevac with interviewing some of his idols from when he was a kid, like the guy from Hawkwind, which is cool. It's nice to see. It's nice to see that some of the bands now. I don't know anything about Hawkwind, but I will say this: Guns N' Roses, John Bon Jovi, John Cougar Mellencamp, all you guys. It's time to relax. Time to take it easy. Time to stop touring. But bands like who did I see recently? Oh, the Stray Cats. So there are bands that can still tour. The Stones still sound great. I don't know if they could play every night, but I like the new album, and everybody still sounds good on it. So there are bands that can play well into their 80s, 90s. Who knows? We haven't seen it yet, right?
Well, not Niall is. I mean, that's the thing with Hawkwind over the last 50 years. It's been a bit of a revolving door on certain members of the band, especially bass players. And so Niall was bass player with Hawkwind for quite a few years. But Niall is my age, so he's not like an ancient. He's not, I want to say ancient, but he's not one of the original Hawkwind members. In fact, the only original Hawkwind member playing now is the main man, Dave Brock, who sings and plays guitar, and he's 83. That's amazing because he can still play and sing better than I can at his age.
Yeah, see, that's cool
not
to say.
Hard, a lot of people say.
Yeah, no, it really is. I saw, I think it was Donna Summer. She still sounds good. So there are people that can still kind of do it, and they should be proud of that. But the other guys that are just doing it for their ego or the money or whatever it may be, someone needs to tell them, listen, it's over. It really is.
I saw a video of Dave Lee Roth the other day.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't flattering. And his voice, I mean, he was never the best singer. He was more of a front man than a real singer, wasn't he? I mean,
he can't do that either. You know, he can't be doing high kicks or anything anymore. So it's done.
He's back out.
Yeah. I mean, take your $40-50 million and just, so you didn't make a $500 million like Bruce Springsteen. But, Bruce had to kiss the devil's ass to get that. Do you really want to go that far? It all depends on how far you want to go,
It's like Axl Rose. I mean, I was never a fan, even when he was young. But
he's horrible.
It's terrible,
Yeah.
It's like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. I've seen AC/DC. They're done. It's just, and it's hard when you're a band and you played for 50 years on the road as a rock band. I'm shocked that you're alive. Forget about playing concerts, So it's nothing to be embarrassed of. And here's the deal. If you're like Axl Rose and you want to play local little bars and just to get off and get your ego off and, go out and play music because you got to play music and you're charging like $30, that's fine. But if you're Bon Jovi and you're charging people like $1,200 and they're doing more singing than you,
yeah, it's like that final Aussie gig in Birmingham. I went to the last two of the end tour, which is supposed to be the last one. And I thought, I'd like to because there was so many different stars that were going to be there. And then you saw the price of the tickets. He was like, you'd have to suck me off for that much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, something like that. They knew it was his final show. That should have been free. That should have been a free lottery where you sent in to an email address or whatever. They picked 50,000 people, whatever it was, and it should have been free. They're going to make enough money off of the movie.
Well, that's it. I mean, they reckon that most of the income was given to charity. You hope that it was anyway. That was the plan.
Well, they could have done with the merch then if they wanted to donate to a charity.
They still would have made a vast amount of money. Charging half what they charged for the ticket. I think it was like £300-400 for a ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, who in this day and age of the constant increase in prices all the time, taxation, who can afford it? It's a lot of money. I guess the elite end up going because they're the ones that got all the bloody money.
Yeah, and who can afford it? And guaranteed, if there's somebody you want to see, just tell me, and I'll go on YouTube and I'll find the show from the past month if they're touring. So if you want to see any band, just you want to see the Grassroots or the Guess Who? Boom! I go on YouTube, the Guess Who. I'll find the show from the last month.
That's one thing I like about what I do get. She actually, I have been a bit slack and not been able to. I haven't seen him in the show for a while, to be honest. I've been so frantic. But when I do actually get the chance to sit down and watch the show, I do love when I see bits of your old video footage from gigs over the last sort of 25 years. I mean, so it's always great to see, a bit of Dave Awood with Source and Lynn, of course. Bit of Blue Number 9.
Yeah, I always enjoy the live stuff more because to me, a band live is where they're being truly creative. So the live stuff, yeah, and I've been working
You
on.
haven't seen me then, have you?
No, actually, I do like a bunch of the live stuff. I forget which show it was from, but some guy shot some good stuff of you. So,
yeah, it's me saying thank you very much and walking off the stage.
no, I do like space whaling when you got like the bow thing. I do like that. Is that space whaling? Is that the one where you're using that white like thing going over the guitar?
Oh, when I'm doing this,
Yeah,
I'm sort of
yeah.
doing it from the guitar. That's Dawn of Time when I'm in a tent.
Well, yeah, I played that
it
before the
daytime?
show today. We had the not Dawn of Time. We had Dead World, but yeah, Dawn of Time. That's it, Dawn of Time.
That's one. Yeah, I do like playing that one. It's one of my faves.
Yeah, so you have some good videos up there. What I think I would like to see though, like I noticed on some of them you're playing the rhythm guitar, and maybe I'd like to see you tackle the lead guitar. But I think I know why, because you don't play out a lot, and you're concentrating more on singing than playing the guitar.
No, it's not. It's not that, actually. I mean, because like that's the reason. I mean, a lot of the songs I'd like to play, I can't. I don't play because I can't, because they got a weird strumming pattern. I can't sing them and play them because, of course, when you write a
That's
song,
what I was saying. Yeah, you're not used to
guitar and you sing separately. You don't do it
Yes.
together. But no, the reason why I tend to play rhythm guitar rather than lead, although I do play lead on a number of songs.
Yep.
A lot of the heavier stuff I tend to play rhythm purely for the fact it gives me something to do. I don't want to I'm not a singer, so I don't want to be standing there just I want to be playing my guitar rather than just standing singing.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
But yeah, I might flip on its head perhaps next year and recut all my backing tracks. So the rhythm guitar is in the backing track, so I just play just all lead and sing, because that means I'll be able to play a lot of the new stuff on the new album. Because the lead, obviously I wrote and played the lead, so it's just a bit of practice to nail them again for playing live.
Yeah, and you can switch on and off like you do now, so it's just a matter of the new album though. I'm thinking are you gonna be playing that live like at the show coming up? Is that gonna be a lot of the new album or?
Well, I'm playing 4 shows this month.
Okay.
I'm playing virtually every weekend for the next 5 weeks. And I'm at Cosfest next week, one of my favourite ones, one of the bigger space rock festivals. And I've always started my set since I've been playing live with the Crystal Seas of Anubis.
Uh-huh.
I'm just a bit bored of playing the same track as the start. I mean, I think records and sets should start off like punch them in the face with a good track,
right?
To get the attention so they don't walk off.
Yep.
But I just want to change it around a bit. So I'm actually starting the set with, I've got some electronics, which I'm going to play sort of just ambiently. I can greet the crowd. And then I'm going straight into Eye of Horus. So I'll start with doing some electronics and synths over that. And then when the big wah-wah lead comes in, I'll do the entire wah-wah lead. In fact, I stayed at work this afternoon and ran through the set and I videoed just what it looked like. And it looked good because I enjoy playing it. So
Excellent.
And then I go from that into ARI, the robot one.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll do Crystal Seas and then Speed Freak. I was going to do Neutron Star, which, but really to get the sound I got on the actual recording, I need to take it's weird to get that real wild, sort of screamy, ebo-y, distorted sound. It works best on my Jap Fender, but I refuse to take it out of the house because it's a sentimental guitar. I won't want to lose it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So, and I've tried playing it with my live guitar, my Schecter, and it sounds all right, but it doesn't sound the same. So
It's out.
yeah.
I hear you. So, I was gonna try and track through some of the songs so we could be the first ones to talk to you about the album before you go on. Who's that guy? The DJ guy that plays you a lot?
Harry Bell at Radio Sky.
Radio Sky. So if anybody gets a chance and you want to check out what Space Rock is about, you want to go to Radio Sky. Here at the Bumpskey Show, we play all different types of music. We've been playing Incubus Love Child forever. Love Incubus Love Child, but not like what we play every song, you know? So if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for one genre of music, Radio Sky would be the place to go, Mark?
Yeah, he entertains all the sheep on the Isle of Skye up in Scotland.
Okay. So check out, and what's his name?
Harry Bell.
Check out Harry. All right? He plays a lot of Incubus Love Child.
He's a strong supporter of skid rock bands as a whole, not just my stuff. You know, he's very into psychedelia, space rock, that sort of like area of music.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you're specifically, if you're like, there's certain people that will only listen to one genre of music, and that's it. It's like if anything else comes on, they're done. So that's why there's playlists out there. That's why you go on Spotify and it's like, hey, I want music that sounds like Guns N' Roses, and you get
no, it don't.
and you get 50 playlists that sound like Guns N' Roses. So that's what there's a lot of broadcasting sites now that are kind of doing that, locking into one genre of music. Now, the next thing they're going to have to do is just start playing 10 seconds of a song. Now, if you want to be a hit radio station, mark my words, you just cut 10 seconds out of every song and just play that. And that's how it'll be like, here's Incubus Love Child. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, go to Bandcamp and buy it for 99 cents. And it's like, all I want to buy is the 10 seconds worth of the song anyway. But,
Jerry,
what?
I got to ask you,
What?
Have you heard the rumor that MySpace is coming back?
Who's coming back?
MySpace.
I think it's always been here, but it's just nobody put any money into it. I think it was still around. There's a couple of bands. Hold on, I can find out right now. A couple of bands at one point, I think it was like a year or two ago, sent me like MySpace links. So I thought they were just like AI, you know? Mm-hmm. So I thought somebody had bought the URL and was trying to like run some kind of scam. Because you can't believe anything anymore. It's like ridiculous.
Nah, that's it, yeah.
It's, here in the United States, the fruit is bad. The vegetables are bad. They're not bad. It's Iran's coming here and poisoning our food system. Somebody is. But
corporations are doing it. Been doing it for years, mate.
Yeah, well, they're part of it too. That's for sure. Yeah, we got a town here in New Jersey where like everybody has cancer. How's that possible? It's like everybody.
So that film. What's that one with what's her face? Pouty face. Who's in? I can't remember her bloody name now. She was in that film with. I can't remember her name. Longer. Julia Roberts.
Yes.
Was it? She played a woman.
Oh yeah. Pretty woman.
Yeah, but she did a film called something Kravitz or something where she was campaigning for a community that had been poisoned by.
Yes, yeah. Erin Brockovich, right?
That's it. Yeah. Everyone had cancer or some sort of ailments.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who was in the water system. It's just crazy. MySpace is there, but it does look sketchy. But I guess they're rebranding. Maybe somebody bought it and they're trying to bring it back. When I first started out, MySpace was like the shit, except for AOL. Yeah. AOL Messenger was the shit, and then it was MySpace, and then Who knows what happened? Guys with penises on their cameras was next or something.
Oh, that's like the old Yahoo chat rooms. Remember them?
Yeah.
I used to
Oh,
use
yeah.
them to talk to you back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you go on and go, you'd be listening, and while you're chatting, you'd have a look at some other chat rooms, and next minute,
Yeah,
some
the guy would show
woman
up.
watching her husband on the camera. It's like, keep going. Or some big fat man wanking.
Yeah.
Then you realise the camera's not on, it's actually reflection on the screen.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like you bought a camera and they'd go like, yeah, and check out our chat rooms, and you just like go to the chat room and it's like all these guys showing their dicks off. So it was
What was the address again?
But the internet has gotten worse than that. So imagine that. That was as bad as it was. Now it's even 10 times worse than that.
It is the soft underbelly of society, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and you see stuff and you're like, wow, that looks really good, and then you're like, yeah, there's no way that's real. So you don't know what to believe anymore. It's just crazy. It used to be like you can believe your eyes, but you can't believe your eyes anymore.
So like even like this, some of that AI music now, it's so it's so well produced. You think, you have to really listen to I have noticed that a lot of the AI stuff I've heard tends to be American orientated. You don't get to. I haven't really heard much in the way of AI stuff with like English accents. They all tend to have like an American accent.
Yeah, you know what? It's hard to tell what's real and what's not real. So basically, the way I've been doing it to kind of, because I always get like, hey, check out our band or whatever. And basically, I just look for live performances now. If it's a band website and I don't see any live pictures or any live performances, I assume that it's definitely AI. And then once I see live performances, I take a close look at them because they could be generated, and then decide if they're a real band or not. I mean, usually if they're fighting with each other, I know they're a real band.
If they're playing the guitar with 8 fingers.
Yeah. But if they're all getting along, I'm like, this isn't a real band. There's no way they all like the drummer. Did
you see that woman that had been? She was an indie artist, and she had X amount of songs on Spotify or whatever. And someone had taken her songs and trained the AI to write new songs in her style using her voice. And they were trading them back off on Spotify as her, and they were getting more views and monetization than she was with her original stuff. Which I shouldn't laugh, really, because that's awful, really, isn't it? I mean, that is proper, taking advantage of people.
Yeah, I did hear about stuff like that, and this is the problem with AI. I mean, now what Mark is saying is a little funny in a way, but when AI starts deciding like, oh, you know what? People shouldn't eat. I don't know. People shouldn't drink beer. Mark should not be allowed to have beer. Why? Because it's unhealthy for him. Because, and it decides all these things. And then if Mark wants to have a beer, he's either got to go underground to do it. And it's just creating, because, hey, beer isn't the best thing for you. Hey, smoking weed might not be the best thing for you. But who cares?
Yeah.
Breathe in the air. Excuse me?
A little bit of what you fancy always does you good.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different. It may not be good for the computer, but it's good for me.
What's scary about AI, did you see recently they were saying that one of the AI companies were trying out a new AI network, and they sandboxed it, yet it managed to break out and was attacking some corporate computer system off its own back, and they had to shut it down or something.
Yeah, we had a bunch of like the top AI people write a little letter. I think it was either to the president or to somebody saying that they think they should throttle back on the deployment of AI, that at the rate it's going now, it's safe, but we can't guarantee that it's safe, whatever that means.
So it's like that paragraph in that new song on the new album, Rise of the Robots.
Uh-huh.
It says, first it was the internet, the cloud, then AI. sentient. It watched our ways with artificial eyes, studying us, blah, 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 learning to despise, planning a human I can't remember the exact words now. It's been a while since I actually recorded it. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the truth. It's a little scary for our children, our grandchildren. You know, a lot of times what you see, you know, maybe the Terminator was...
I was going to say, I'm waiting for Arnie to knock on my door.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that wasn't so far-fetched. I don't know. We've seen other movies where it's like, you know, oh, flip phones from Star Trek could be your cell phone, right? So there have been...
Haven't Ukraine just deployed a drone machine gun like tank tracks thing, which was automatic and going out like a kill bot that wasn't human controlled, just went out and shot whatever it saw moving, sort of thing, which is a bit scary.
Yeah, that's another thing. These robots, you see these robots, man, and a couple of times when they're demonstrating them, they get out of control and beat the shit out of the scientist. I mean, they probably deserve it, but that does look a little scary.
I've said I wind up Sarah and I say, you know, you start stockpiling food for when the end of society comes. I said, I've already bought my Mad Max outfit with the furry thong and the leather straps.
You know, and it's kind of like the Planet of the Apes or anything else. It's like, okay, so you're going to have all these robots and they're going to be your servants. Okay, sounds good, right? But at night when you plug in all these robots, you don't think they're going to start talking to each other and go, hey, you know, that Jerry's a real dick. Why don't you come over here today and we'll just kill him, okay? Sounds good to me. I'll be over at noon. I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Haven't we learned from slavery? Even the slaves rebelled. And so you can't keep anybody down, especially a $100,000 titanium machine.
Yeah. Killbot.
Yeah, a killbot with AK-47s and missile launchers. And what are you going to talk to it?
Yeah, and you can guarantee, you know, there's probably most of the major, you know, American, Russian, UK, you know, the big military establishments have all experimented with artificial robotic soldiers.
Oh, they've got them. I think they've got them. I got to think the United States probably has a couple thousand somewhere. Trump is going to roll them out in Iran. You watch. They'll be built on Teslas.
Wow.
But I got to think. I mean, because we're finding out the Wuhan thing was definitely, you know, I said it from the beginning, but that was some kind of military virus that they were going to use. You let that COVID loose on like an army, and they're all sick and they can't fight. How easy is it to beat a country that's sick?
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, there's been lots of, biological experimentation over the years. You don't know what's being released into the population. But we sound like a couple. We'll be wearing our silver floor hats in a minute and writing conspiracy theories.
No, well, see, this isn't really conspiracy anymore. Now that Fauci took the Fifth Amendment 147 times, including when they asked him what color the carpeting was. He wouldn't answer that.
I've missed all this.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Fauci, who is the head of like the CDC here in the United States, which is the major medical. During COVID, he was the guy that said, "Oh, you know, it didn't come from China, and it didn't come from." Somehow they got his diary. Go figure. I don't know how, but it wound up that he knew about everything and profited from it. According to the diary, he testified in front of Congress on Friday or Thursday and took the Fifth Amendment 147 times, including like when they asked him like, what is your secretary's name?
That's a bit daft, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll take the Fifth Amendment.
He's not going to how's he incriminate himself by telling his secretary's name?
It was crazy because they were asking him stuff like, what color is the carpeting? And he was like, on the advice of my lawyers, I take the Fifth Amendment.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Everything they asked them didn't matter what it was. It was just
Like the ones when they come into the for a police interview, and they say no comment, no comment,
Yeah.
no comment to every question asked. Right.
I mean, when you're a public servant like that and you do stuff on behalf of a country, you shouldn't be allowed to take the Fifth Amendment. I mean, you were doing stuff that was authorized supposedly by me. I'd like to know what you were doing.
I'm sorry. I think to believe that anyone that joins politics in the belief that they're there to serve us is bollocks. Because most people that join politics are there because they're interested in power and getting their palm greased. And even those that have, there are obviously handfuls of people that start off with good intentions, but eventually the establishment, wear them down and bribe them off eventually. That's my cynical look on politics. I got no respect for politicians of any side. I think they're all a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, I'm thinking, aren't we at the point where we're so far advanced that we don't even need these guys? Can't it just be all right, we're thinking about buying a dozen eggs this week for the president. Everybody vote. Who wants the president to have a dozen eggs? Okay, we don't want him to have a dozen eggs. No dozen eggs for the president. What's next on the list? Because AI is going to take over our jobs, so we're going to need to do something. So I'm all for just getting rid of Congress once AI takes over, and we just vote on everything. We're thinking about putting a rose garden in the back of the White House. What do you think? No good? All right, no good.
Yeah, what was all that about what's this ballroom he's built on the back of it?
Dude, he built a place to party for the president. I mean, even the president needs a place to party. So, so he built a conference hall and attached it to the White House. I mean, there are other presidents like Barack Obama. He built a basketball court, and presidents have put bowling alleys in the White House. And so instead of him having to leave the White House for an event, they could just hold the event right there at the White House. So let's say the president or the King of England comes. So then you got to leave the White House, go somewhere else. The banquet hall that they had was really tiny. So he did that, and everybody freaked out because I don't know if it cost us money or not.
Is this because they can't go to Epstein's Island anymore?
It could be. I mean, it could be like the back of some of these financial institutions where they used to just keep hookers. Who knows? But to me, it kind of seems like it makes sense. It's pretty dangerous for anybody to walk the streets and for the president to go somewhere. So maybe for 4 years, we should just lock him up in the White House. Everybody was complaining Trump's playing golf all the time and he's doing this. And that's because he has all these events at his place at Mar-a-Lago. So now he'll dig his new ballroom. He'll never leave the White House. He'll be so happy. So it'll work out good, I think. I can't wait till they give him a podcast. That should be good.
Is this on top of his Twitter account, is it?
Yeah.
Twitter account, because didn't he fall out with Elon Musk?
Well, that's a day-by-day thing. He has his own company, Truth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's truth.com where you can fucking show each other what you ate for lunch. I never got social media, sorry. It's
that's a paradox for a name, isn't it? Truth.
Yeah.
He's a politician. They don't know the meaning of the bloody word.
Well, see, the problem with Donald Trump is he's an East Coast person, and East Coast people are very abrasive, and a lot of times they'll just say what pops into their mind, regardless of who it might hurt or. That's why a lot of the best comedians like Rodney Dangerfield and Abbott and Costello and all those guys were East Coast guys. They all just because they had no filter. So that's what people hate about Donald Trump. He doesn't think of a politically correct word for homosexual, He'll just say whatever word comes to his mind first. And it might not be a word that a lot of people like. But, who cares at this point? Do you pay attention?
I'd worry more about the actual politics than the words. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
How do you cope? I mean, it must be like living in a police state with ICE on the prowl. I mean, I couldn't believe when I saw that woman getting shot in her car a few months ago.
Yeah, I mean, that whole thing. I don't know what to say about that. Unfortunately, I'd never get shot, man. I mean, I used to go to Harlem and buy drugs. And one time a cop put a gun up to the temple of my head. And I didn't get shot. And it wasn't a white cop. So it wasn't like, oh, Jerry, you're white, and it was a white cop. It was a black cop. I was respectful to the guy. I think that was the difference. When the cop put the gun up to my head, I just put my hands on the steering wheel and, did what he told me to do. Period. I didn't go, oh, no, that's not the law. You can't tell me to do that. So I think that's a problem with people today, is where they think as soon as you...
I still don't think a slight disagreement was a bullet in the head. But
yeah, I mean, that's going
to be the most situation when there's lots of guns about, I suppose.
As soon as a cop pulls me over, the first thing I start thinking is, where am I going to get the money for a good lawyer? I don't think am I going to argue with this cop? Am I going to tell him what the law is? I don't think any of that. I just go, oh shit, I can't afford a lawyer. What am I going to do? That's what I start thinking. So my advice to anybody is, if you get pulled over by the police, as soon as you see the lights, go into I don't know, put your hands behind your back immediately, and think that you're getting arrested. And don't argue with the guy, because you're never going to win that battle. He's got a gun. Unless you have a gun and you plan on shooting him, you're not going to win. You lose. I don't know. In England, is it the same way, or?
Not at all.
Yes, you got. I mean,
the thing is, there's such a lack of investment in public services nowadays. You very rarely see a cop behind you.
Yes. I mean, so you have no law.
I got pulled over 22 times in my first year on a motorbike when I was 16. Although perhaps I probably deserved it, but I think in the last 20 years I've been pulled over once.
Yeah, so you're the opposite end. The thing with ICE is, here's the deal. It's so simple to come to the United States if you follow the law. The only problem is it takes time. So it's not that you can't do it. It's just that you may not be able to do it as quickly as you want to do it. But the reason for that is so they could vet out people that shouldn't be coming into the country. So that's the problem. So for the safety of everybody, it takes a little bit of time. Because guess what? Some people that aren't very nice are trying to get into the country. And if you just go, everybody come like the way it was, you're fucked. Because now you let 18 million people into the country, and let's say 2% of those 18 million people were bad people. And we know it was more than that. But are you good at math? Come on, you're a plastics guy. What's 2% of 18 million?
Oof, Christ, I have to be a mathematician. I'm a plastics guy, not a mathematician.
So 10% is 1,800,000, right? So half of that would be 5% is 9 million. So let's just say half of that is 4. So 4.5 million people, something like that. I don't know, 450,000. So it's either 450,000 or
say what's this on an annual basis?
No, well, during the last 5 years, I think, since COVID started in the United States.
I would have thought it more like the latter for 4.5. I can't see 4 million people coming into your country, would there?
Well,
it's a lot.
Yeah, from the time Joe Biden started as president, supposedly they said in 3.5 years, 18 million people came into the country. Dude, it was like 5,000 people a day just running across the Mexican border. Unstopped. For like 4 years. It was ridiculous. And from Canada, too, coming down. And Canada has the same problem. Canada has
you've got great lawns now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they have the exact same problem that the United States has, because some of those people that ran from Mexico just kept on running until they hit Canada. So it's not just a problem here in the United States. And I saw Italy is having a whole, and Spain just closed their borders, right? Because weren't people going into Spain from somewhere?
Again, the way the media was showing it was saying like 80,000 Moroccans had gone into Spain, but what they've done, they've gone into Ceuta, which is like right on the tip of Africa, which is a Spanish colony.
Uh-huh.
But you still got the Mediterranean Sea between Spain and
right. So it wasn't
Africa.
Spain.
But
Spain.
There's only like 80,000 people live there. Are indigenous to that area, and I think probably half that amount came in, but half of them have already gone back because they got into that over the wall. Everything was closed and boarded up, so they buggered off because they had nowhere to stay and they couldn't get any facilities.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. When you come to the United States, we give you a whole bunch of free shit. When you go in anywhere else, they're like, "Hey, welcome. You got nothing."
The thing is, you get that what's it called? I can't think of the word, but yeah, we have the same spiel over here. You know, the papers. I haven't read a paper many times, but you see the odd headline. It's always like the amount of boat people coming across, and it's almost like for as long as I can remember now, the papers and media trying to be taking your focus off what's really going on and making all your problems be blamed on the people coming in, if you know what I mean. I think as a lot of countries in Europe and even your side, I suppose, have become more and more right wing, what happens is more and more countries become more nationalistic and become more introverted towards letting people in.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing here in this country here is the freebies. That people that come here from other countries immediately start collecting money that other people paid into a system, hoping that they would never need it, but someday you might need a hand yourself, So here it's not like in the UK where everybody has free healthcare. So I'm paying, I don't know, I think it's about $600 a month for healthcare.
How much?
$600 a month, buddy. So, but if you come across the Mexican border and you go to like a clinic somewhere, you'll get free healthcare. But if I go to that same clinic, they'll go, "Oh, well, you have a job, you have to have healthcare." So that's the problem with the United States and letting people into this country. It's not like when you're more socialist when you have health care for everybody, that's kind of like a socialist program because everybody gets it for free. So it's
yeah, to a certain extent. But I mean, it's again, that argument is it's recycled over here as much that you see it all the time. Oh, they come over here and they get free housing, they get free food, but it's only a fraction of them. A lot of them are turned away or interned in processing camps. It's not like everyone that comes across gets a free handout.
No,
but it's pain. It's a way of a lot of people blaming the shit life they got on other people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. And most of the people that come to America, like through the process, they have a business, they have a job already set up when they get here. They have other family here that plans on helping them when they get here. So, that usually is not the problem. The United States, I think we try and give out a lot of money. We give out a lot of money to a lot of countries, to a lot of people. And unfortunately, here in the United States, we don't help enough of our own people, and they get pissed off, and then
Yeah,
they
well, I
start
think
shooting everybody.
every country's got that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the story you always hear, we're giving all this money away to other people. We're not looking after our veterans who live who are homeless. Well, a lot of them have got mental health issues, and that's why they're homeless, because they don't want the help.
No, that's true.
So it's twisting the stories.
No,
But,
that's
I mean, there are pros and cons to immigration. I mean, if you look at like our NHS, our free healthcare. If it weren't for the fact we had a lot of doctors and nurses that had come across from, say, Thailand and other countries, we'd be in the same state as you now. We'd have to change to an insurance-based system, because wouldn't be enough people employed by the NHS, and we'd have to pay to get more people in to actually do the jobs. Because people, I don't know what's going on. Just young people now don't want to do trades anymore, like engineering and science and
AI.
and
AI is going to solve all that. See,
it reminds me actually of 2000 AD, a comic I used to read as a kid. It was one of my big sci-fi influences growing up. And in Judge Dredd, in Mega City 1, which is basically was the entire eastern seaboard of the United States, everyone lived in big city blocks, and you can be born, live, and die, and never leave your city block. But there's so much in the way of AI and robots helping that virtually no one worked, and so that's why they turned to crime and just tried to sort them out. But there's also the little quirks in the storylines and stuff, like they'd have like hobby clubs where they'd all one of the hobbies was washing up, doing your dishes, stuff that was mundane, boring work for us now was something that you did as a hobby in the future, because you had nothing to do with your life, because everything was done by robots or AI.
Yeah, and you know what it is? It's just about being lazy. I mean, when my son moved in with me and he had to do laundry, I was like, the laundry mat is like 2 blocks away. I would go every Sunday and do my laundry. You know what he would do? He would drop his off on Friday and pick it up on Monday and pay someone to do his laundry. Oh, Dad, it's only $7 to have him do it. Yeah, well, that's $7 I need to pay a bill or something. So a lot of it's just being lazy, and not wanting to learn, or thinking it's not important. It's like, that's not important. I don't need to know how to start a fire. Okay.
Is that Patrick?
Yeah.
How's his band going?
The band's going good. He's actually wrote a whole bunch of new stuff. They got, I believe, enough for a new album. I already got like one song that doesn't have the lead guitar on it, and I had another song where I think the drums, he was going to redo the drums, but no, they're doing good. He's cruising right along.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so
it's great that he's been able to, from a young age, actually, live the dream, and as much that they've pursued music as a career rather than as a hobby, like I have to do.
Well, no, for him it's a hobby, dude. He doesn't. He's 40, and he's an insurance salesman.
40, wow. Yeah. He seems like yesterday he was a kid, young kid.
Yeah, he's 39. He'll be 40 in December, but yeah, he's an insurance salesman, and never made any money with the band at all. But he has all the recording stuff at home like you, and a lot of it they do themselves, because you got to be a do-it-yourself person, right?
I mean, it made me laugh. I saw some guy go, I'm trying to do a crowdfunding so we can raise £20,000 to go into the studio. I'm like, what? £20,000? What do you need £20,000 for?
For coke.
I paid heroin, man. But yeah, I mean, I think I paid £150 for my recording studio.
It's like Fleetwood Mac. It costs $500,000. 480,000 of that was just for coke and for food, and the other.
It's like these are stories of Black Sabbath. They have like big bags of coke on the table.
Yeah.
And
it cost actually $20,000 to actually record the album, and the party cost $480,000, and you still made money. So shut up. record companies.
That was it was in the days when you could make money out of music, but now it's ever since I think Napster is when the things started changing.
Yeah, I mean, when people started that, and see, it's also too when people's attitude was like, I don't have to give them money, I can get it for free, but that's not the case. I mean, I've always been like, I got music for free and I went out and bought it anyway, knowing full well that I need to support the person creating it if I wanted to get more of it, you know?
Yeah. That's it. I mean, back in the days of file share, when they, BitTorrent and that sort of thing, when that came out, I mean, I'll put my hand up and I downloaded quite a few discographies of bands, but purely so I could hear them first and go, oh, I like that, and go and buy it.
Which is totally cool. And Mark knows, he asked me quite a few times, hey, Jerry, can you give me this song? Can you give me that song? And I always said, what?
No.
Yeah. I mean,
it was always when I was trying to get my hands on that Bullfrogs album, wasn't it?
That was one of them. I think also, like at one point you had asked me, I think for some Neat Down stuff or something, some band in the beginning in the early days.
No, it was, I tell you it was, oh man, don't tell me. It is I Feel Pain. I Feel Pain.
Yeah. What was that guy's name?
Royale.
Yep.
What is it? I got their full name. Something Royale. Yeah.
Jazz Royale or Baz Royale or something.
Think about that all bloody night now.
I'll look it up for you.
It's a great track that as well.
Yeah. That guy actually is around. He's involved in like the cannabis field in New York. Surprise. But yeah, what was his name? Something Royale. We'll think of it.
Yes.
I was going to play him the other day too. That's weird that you bring him up. Last night I played quite a few old songs too. I played like Cafe Bar 401, some Neat Downs, and stuff like that. Well,
I still love. It's so cheesy. It's great. I don't love it because it's like technically amazing. It just tickles me. And I just love it. It's the track I'm going to say. It's Vag the Look. Want to get high?
Yeah,
I want to get high.
I got that looking and sounding pretty good now too. I cleaned that up. I played that cool. The other day too. That was like 2 days ago. I played that. All right. Well, it looks like we've been talking for almost 2 hours, or well, about a half hour of that was working on some technical stuff, and we never got to the new album at all. So I guess we'll have to come back and do that some other day. But Alien, excuse me.
Sure thing.
Alien Messiah is coming out when?
Well, I say I'm hoping it'll be it all goes plan. So I put in the order for the vinyl production. It's going to be lovely. I'll tell you what, you're going to be amazing. You know that with Dead World, they did the gatefold and the lyric book.
Yes. Well,
Trevor, who illustrated and painted the lyric book for Dead World. That's the one. Well, the cover on that was painted by Alan Arthur, who painted a lot of Hawkwind's album covers in the 90s. But the actual lyric book was illustrated and painted by Trevor Kendrick, that's the one. And all the artwork in there he's fantastic. I call him the Skidmark Multimedia Productions resident artist now because he does everything for me.
See, I was totally prepared for Mark today too.
There you go. But the new lyric book will be A4, so it'll be double the size of that one. And it might, it's got some cracking stuff in it. Because of course, it's about the idea, the premise of the album is Alien Messiah is.
Now, if I want to get Dead World while I'm waiting for Alien Messiah, how do I get Dead World?
You can either go to skidmark.org and go to the shop on the site, or you can go to the Incubus Love Child Bandcamp page or the Skidmark Multimedia Bandcamp page. Just go into Bandcamp and search Incubus Love Child or Skidmark Multimedia.
Is there any vinyl left?
Yeah. It's I'm getting into the last third of it now.
All right, so you better hurry up if you want vinyl. Also, Mark
on blue and white splatter.
Also, Mark deals in cassettes too. So if you want cassettes, Mark does have cassettes.
And the new album will be I'll be doing a cassette. I only do a small run. I only do like 20 to 50, because again, it's not as popular a media still. It had a little bit of a resurgence in the last couple of years, but it sort of died off again.
Yeah, actually, Bumpskey has, was it Time Terrorist you sent us on cassette? She has one of them that she listens to on cassette all the time.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure if it was Time Terrorist or Dead World. I think I'm going to say Time Terrorist, though.
But one thing, also a project I'm trying to hopefully do this year, if I can find, is this year is also 30 years since I first dabbled and doing space rock. And I bet it's not down here. My original 4-track tape machine. I was going through all the demos, and no, I can't see it. I found the original demo case that I designed for my first space rock album back in 1996, which I never actually produced in the end. It was going to be called Cyberspace Reality, and it had quite a few. Funny enough, it had a few demos on it, which actually ended up eventually being on Time Terrace 20 years later. But what I've found is loads of the old 4-track tapes, so I'm going through them slowly, and I'm digitizing them track by track, so I can build the song up and remix them, clean them up, and then I'm going to do a little release called, instead of being Cyberspace Reality, it'll be I've digitized the original cassette cover, expand it to CD size, and it's going to be called Cyberspace Reality : 30 years. Because it's 30 years, not 25, 30 years. Yeah.
It's 30 years. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'll be finished. Yeah, I'll be finishing my 26th year broadcasting in September.
I know, it's just flown past, isn't it?
Starting 27, and they said it wouldn't last a week. Skidder, what happened?
I still got a cassette. I recorded you playing on my Band of Gold for the very first time in 2001.
Do you have that digitized somewhere?
No, but I could probably do that easily, you know?
Yeah, if at some point, because maybe we should start playing some of that older stuff. I'll have to start pulling some older interviews and stuff like that, just to highlight some of the stuff that we did over 30 years. Although not a lot of people heard it, but I mean, it's there to be heard. It's up on the internet. I got thousands of shows floating around.
What used to tickle me was every time I tried to play live on your show, it was something that would fuck up.
We have not yet gotten a good recording of you live on the show. So that's something that maybe before Christmas time we should try and work on. So maybe after, like, you're done in August and September with the release, or whenever you release the album, maybe we'll shoot for something like for Christmas with some Incubus Love Child Christmas songs included or something.
Yeah. Jingle hell, jingle hell.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Commercial time here. Give me all your money, to the rat man with the big beard.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, right? The Kinks. Father Christmas.
Actually, I always look forward to Christmas. Can you start playing that Russian Christmas song?
Which one?
With the Russian or Ukrainian? That,
yes, Daria.
The legs and the red dress.
Yes, Daria Dariskaya, which I'm not too sure about her either anymore, because like I see her, like she'll post something. I'm in New York. I'm here. I'm there. So I don't know. I don't know how Ukrainian she is, to be honest with you. Maybe she was born in the Ukraine and that was it.
Yeah, because she duetted with. I think she was an American metal singer. I can't remember her name.
The lead singer from Halocene.
That's the one.
Yes. Who also does a lot of... See, Daria and them, they did a lot of cover videos on YouTube and then try to do their own stuff, but I don't know. Guys are weird, and They're the ones who pretty much listen to music now. I think there's not a lot of women. Do you get a lot of orders for women for anything over at Skidmark?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's the age bracket. I mean, I tend to cater more for the older clientele. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, I think some of the female bands I play, like the Anti Groupies and um, the Anthem, what are they, American Anthem, I think, or something. Some of those newer female-fronted and all-female bands, I think, do have some female
Plush,
fans.
I like that Plush.
Which one?
Plush, remember?
Yep, I remember. I can't play them anymore because I started getting flagged on YouTube.
Oh, it's a bummer when they fight for a label that starts shutting you down. Isn't it?
Well, it's like a double-sided sword because, yeah, it's a bummer for me because I don't get to play them, but it means that they're becoming bigger.
Well,
And,
true.
you know, so it makes me feel good that at least I spotted them before, like Dea Matrona. I've been playing for 5 years, and they just played in front of 50,000 people opening for Sting. So
yeah, I follow them on Facebook, and they play some great gigs.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool to see, you know, that I knew when they were still in high school, basking in the streets. I knew. Busking, right? Not basking. Busking in the streets. I knew that there was some talent there. So good, you know. And yeah, it is a bummer, though, to answer your question, yes, because a lot of those bands I miss, you know.
Yeah, but what happened to Mammoth?
Excuse me?
What happened to Mammoth?
Oh, you missed it. I played like a double Mamut the other night. I played that song where they're in the middle of the street. And then,
on the piano.
Yeah, and then I played the live version of that when COVID was around and they did a live show. So
You know
yeah,
what I meant was they're still actually performing, are they?
no, I think what happened was I guess finally it was just too many years because originally I started playing them. They sent me a cassette. I think they were like 14. And then, you know, they must have been in their mid 30s still doing it. And I think like the lead singer had a kid and, you know, life starts getting in the way, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's why. I mean, look at me. I mean, I started writing in the 90s, and just as I started to get into the recording scene, I end up getting, splitting up and meeting Sarah and getting married. And then we had, just as I set up our house, I set up my music room. Emily came along, so I lost my music room to the nursery, started to convert the loft, which I got as far as flooring half electrics in, and then it just all turned into a storage area. So, you know, the music went to that. You know, I just sit there playing rather than recording. It wasn't until COVID and a number of people, I didn't know personally, but I knew people who had family that died from COVID. I took on that ethos. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. So I dragged out the 16 track, learned how to use it, started recording, did Time Terrorist. And, you know, 6 years later, it's like a whole different life. It's great.
Yep. No, that's true. You gotta, some things you can put off, but, you know, if it's something that you really love, you should do it no matter what.
So I've been tinkering, I've been building a motorbike for about 12 years. You know, I do a little bit, throw a cover over it. I won't touch it for 6 months. And then I tinker again. Again, in that period during COVID, I pulled my finger out. And I've been riding it for the last 5 years. I'm loving it.
Well, we're gonna have you come back, and we'll go over we'll track through the album. So
Anytime, dude.
As soon as you're done with your busyness, before you go on the Harry Bell show.
He doesn't do interviews and stuff. It's just he just plays music.
Oh, he doesn't do interviews, Harry?
Don't think so.
So what is he, just like a playlist kind of, or does he talk in between the songs too?
Yeah, he talks in between the songs.
Okay.
Yeah, and he does like a connection. He'll ask questions about a record. What is the connection with this, or whatever.
Okay, so he interacts with the audience, but doesn't really do interviews.
Yeah, well, there's no interaction with the audience during the show. He just broadcasts, and
Okay.
that's it.
All right. And just
Whereas I get to call you a dick in real time.
yeah, I mean, that's the magic of the Bumpskey show, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I've been called Dick in songs, Jerry, you stupid dick, and God, if I pulled all those out, right, I have hundreds of those that I don't really
I
play.
came across, you know, when you were doing your last year for your 25th, you're inviting videos. I actually came across all the videos I shot for it, but it needs to be overdubbed with my alien voice. So I will finish that and get it over to you at some point. It is quite funny.
Yeah, well, definitely, and I'll just go in and.
They even bought for the video an outfit.
Well, make sure you change it to the 26th then instead of the 25th.
What's that? Yeah.
The 26th. That's all. I need to get a new song in the beginning of the show now because it says 25th, but maybe I'll just like go 26th over it or something.
Well, funny enough, I actually did write a Bumpskey song.
All right.
Decades ago.
All right.
In fact, have a look at me lyric book. I'm sure this is my lyric book going back.
That's the Bible that every artist carries around with them.
And somewhere near, I'm sure, right back in the noughties, I wrote something.
All right, don't be like Scotzo, because I got a show where I got John Sheehan over, and Scotzo's like, I wrote a song, a Bumpskey song, and I'm like, okay, John will do it. Where is it? And he's like, oh, well, I don't know where it is.
That's right. It's not actually here. The finished song. It might be in a bit of paper in here. Loads of bits of paper.
All right. So, like, the 26th anniversary is coming up, so you can do it as a 26th anniversary song.
It was like a blue song, but it's dated because it talks about people like Kirk McFee and John Taglieri and Lynn.
So, it's dated. So what? I'm dated too. I still play John a little bit. I never really was a John fan because to me he was more like a John Bon Jovi style guy, and I just never liked John Bon Jovi. Lynn we play a ton of, so that's not a problem. Who else did you mention?
Kirk McFee.
Kirk we play a little bit. I played him the other day. I played Montria and I played something else, and I didn't realize Dave was on both of those songs. And then the other night, like 2 nights ago, I started working on some of the live from the living room stuff and fixing that. Yeah. And I played Ali Handel, and on both songs, Dave is on both of those songs too.
Yeah, he used to like to join in, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't realize the day Ali was over that he joined. I knew one song he did, but then I was like, holy shit, that's Dave in the background on another song.
Everyone was there when Ali came over, weren't they?
Yeah. They were all there. John was there. Dave was there.
When Quevac fell out.
Yeah, Kirk was there, I think, right? Quevac, yep, he was there. He left. But yeah, it was a packed house that day. Many days. I saw
a bit of Ali video today on Facebook. I've got to admit, I mean, I always loved Ali's stuff, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about this Aerosmith thing she does. I've never been a big Aerosmith fan, so
yeah,
that's probably not.
I'm not big on the Aerosmith thing. I'm not big on the acoustic, slower stuff that she does. I like the first album was kick-ass.
Dirty Little Secret's amazing,
yeah.
It went a bit more sort of middle of the road or later stuff, I think, a bit more grown up.
Well, one time we went to see her, and it was at Arlene's Grocery, and I thought I was like at a lesbian fest or something. So I was like, what the hell? Am I at Lilith? I thought I was at Lilith Fair for a second. So I didn't know what was going on. And then, like I said, Ali can rock, but, and you know where she rocks too is, that guitar therapy stuff that she put up during COVID, where she's playing with a band in a studio somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
that stuff rocks too. Like Canned Hunt, and there's a couple of songs that kind of rock after Dirty Little Secret. But she kind of went more towards ballads and stuff. Which, it's okay for a certain group of people. But when you come out of the gate rocking like with Dirty Little Secret, and then, you're doing I Miss You, and I love I Miss You. Great song. But you're going to lose that whole rock audience that you built up. And
so it always gets me how amazing Dave Haywood is as a rock guitarist, yet he seems to be really sort of focused more on the funk side of things.
My son always said that too. My son was always like, Dad, who's going to buy funk, man? Nobody's going to buy funk. And, I was like, well, it is kind of an offshoot of blues, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's kind of a niche, the funk thing. But, and Dave is one of those guys that regardless of what instrument he plays, he really is a talented dude.
Yeah, he is.
But we'll never get the least of his talent is probably with vocals, and he's still a great vocalist, but that's the least of his talents.
Yeah, what happened to his nephew that sounded like him, or his cousin, or it was?
I think it was actually his nephew. It's his brother's son, but I think he pretty much went into work and a wife and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he did that one album. And you thought he was going to join the family trade, and then he sort of disappeared off the face of the earth, didn't he?
It is so difficult to generate any money as a musician. It really is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I tell people, it's like if you're going to buy something for somebody for Christmas, think about buying them music, or think about, for a birthday present or something like that, or turn somebody onto something that they never would have heard before. It's always a good idea. Shows you care.
I see it. When I see it, that's the worst thing. They say teach your kids to play guitar because they'll never have money for drugs then.
That's always a good joke. So
it's like people say, "Oh, why have you got so many guitars?" And I say, how many girlfriends did you have before you were married?
Exactly.
And were they all the same? No, guitars are the same. They're all slightly different. You know what I mean?
And you still have yours.
They all make different noises when you stroke them.
Yeah. And you still got all yours. Where are their girlfriends?
No, I haven't got all mine actually. I have let a few go over the years.
To get better ones, though.
Well, no. Well, the thing is, I'm not. I mean, there are certain guitars I sell the kids before I get rid of the guitar because it's that good. But 2011, I think it was, my main business took a bit of a dive, and it was a bit grim for a while. And I'm not prissy about selling possessions. At the end of the day, you can get them back or something similar. And so back then I sold. I had a really great West Tone bass, which I sold. I sold 3. I think I sold a couple of Strats and another. I can't remember. I think it was a Hohner. It looked like one of them 90s tiger striped things. It was a very good guitar. I basically sold like 3 guitars, a bass. I sold 3 motorcycles as well, because at the time I was still buying and selling motorbikes to supplement the business. And it kept me afloat until the business took off again.
Yep.
And eventually, but I did miss that at West Tone bass. So eventually I did buy another one, which is my bass I keep at work for bassy stuff.
Well, that's the thing. It's an investment, if you know what to look for and what to buy. In 30, 40 years, it could triple in value, quadruple in value.
Well, that's what they say. Money in a bank is just it's a figure on a screen. It'll that value over time will just, with inflation, if it's not changing the value, the actual amount, the value is going down with time because everything's cost more, isn't it? Where if you put your money into assets, houses, motorcycles, guitars, then they only go up in price. So that's my excuse to buy more.
Guitars, guns, and what is it?
I can't get any guns. I keep saying, Sarah, oh, with society about to break down, I wish I can get my hands on a gun. You can't say stuff like that. We're not having a gun in this house.
But Wagner, look, what's the name? Guitars, Guns, and Money,
Some guns and motorcycles. That's no good track.
Yeah, Guitars, Guns, and Motorcycles. Yeah, that's it.
I like that guy.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta love a guy who plays a pink guitar, right? It just shows that he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
give me the fucking
he's
pink.
Very confident in his masculinity.
Yeah, give me the fucking pink guitar. I don't care. All right, so I'm gonna let you go before people start yelling at me for boring the hell out of them. But here's the deal: nobody made it this far. Nobody's watching this, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, Bumpskey tuned in, so Bumpskey's watching.
Well, I'm sure I'll be cutting snips out and using them to post for on media at some point. So.
And to fall asleep till late at night when he needs something to fall asleep to. It's like, I put that Bumpskey show on where it's me and Jerry talking.
No, I can still. I can see my face. I'm being a narcissist. So I have to sit here and look at it.
So I'm glad that we finally figured out whatever the issue was, because this seems to work pretty well when you get in. It seems to be pretty solid. A couple of times your vocal got a little wobbly, but I'm gonna. Just assume that the UK doesn't know how to do the internet yet. So eventually.
Well, I say it's supposed to be fiber, but I say if Emily's gaming heavily, that probably takes a lot of the bandwidth, I suppose.
Yeah, and it could be your phone too. Sometimes those phones, I don't know, like the noise cancellation kicks in, and it tries to do whatever to cancel out noise or whatever.
Yeah, you can hear my dulcet tones, which tries to turn me off. He's boring everyone again. Turn the volume down.
All right, so this is Mark Edwards. He is the owner of skidmark.org, which is a multimedia company which helps out artists distribute their art through vinyl, cassettes, CDs, and digital downloads. So that's skidmark.org. Living inside of Mark is a reptile known as Incubus Love Child that comes from the planet of Rockra Prime. And next time we have Mark on, we're gonna have Incubus Love Child on, and there he is. There he is, looking in, and we are gonna have him on, and we're gonna talk about the brand new album coming out. So you want to get ready for pre-order. So go by skidmark.org at least once a day. And when Mark gets the first preload up there, when he gets the link up, the first person that downloads the preload and mentions Bumpskey, he'll sign the whatever you order, the preload. All right?
Fair enough.
But you won't have to worry about it. You won't get one. You'll get 0. But anyway, so
anyone who orders anything and then the notes puts Bumpskey.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'll throw in a special freebie.
All right, there you go. You heard it. So a special gift will be going to nobody. So he'll stick it in my envelope when he sends me a copy of it, and
I'm not daft. You're going to make loads of other accounts in other people's names and order loads of shit just to get loads of freebies now, aren't you?
No, you know me, I wouldn't do that. But you know what you should do, though, to save yourself some shipping costs, have the guy in the United States ship me a copy of the album.
Yeah, well Dan at Savant Records, in fact, he rang me last week while we were on Audi, walking. I got this phone call and it says, Dan, Savant Records. So he's ringing me from, is it Maine?
He's in Maine?
Okay. Maine up in Massachusetts.
Yeah, Maine is up there, yeah.
Yeah, so he's ringing me from there. So I was like walking along the Welsh coast talking to a guy in Maine. He's all right because like his looks like his label's doing really well. It's taking off nicely. He's
good.
He's shipping a load of more band merch my way to distribute for him.
Good.
So yeah, I'm due to send him because I never sent him any Live 25 stuff last year. So what I'll probably do is when Alien Messiah's out and I've got assets, then I'll probably send him a bunch of vinyl CDs and some of the live vinyl Live 25 vinyl and CDs as well.
Now, do you ship, what is it called, digital media when you ship? The classification of digital media?
No, on the customs, you actually specify it's vinyl records and audio CDs.
Because it's something weird. I don't, and the guy over at musictv.com used to know all the scams with the post office. But for the brand new Stanley Simmons album, it was only $4.60 for shipping. How is that even possible?
Where is that from? Within
It's in the United States. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. They were using some kind of record company, and the classification though of the shipping was like something that I hadn't seen before. So maybe they're just using some special classification.
Yeah, be useful because you do get stiffed. I mean, I've stopped buying direct from labels over in America. Yeah, I bought from Cleopatra Records in LA. I bought 2 LPs. One was a double, one was a single LP, and I think it was £43 for both the vinyl. But by the time you put in the shipping, and then when it arrived here, the customs and VAT and the letter from the carrier to say I owed him, which was another £9. It was £103, so it was £60. So it's £20 more for the shipping than the bloody product.
Yeah, that's why I've been really telling the bands, like, and I don't know if you could do this too, dude. You got to get your stuff up on Amazon. Because if I'm an Amazon Prime member, I get free shipping.
Okay.
So I just bought, I forget who I just bought from Amazon. Oh, Stupidity. I just bought the Stupidity album from Amazon Prime because it was like they were giving it away. It was $29 for the album. I don't know what that converts to in pounds, but most albums now are like $35. And the shipping was free. So how could you go wrong, you know?
Yeah.
So you should look into getting all the stuff that you're distributing up on Amazon somehow.
I did think about it. Talking to Dan again at Savant, he said he had issues and he wasn't happy about the cuts or something about the Amazon.
Yeah, I don't know any of that part of it.
I'll have to look at it, but yeah, there's bound to be a cost involved somewhere.
Right, but when you think
get nothing for nothing in this bloody life, do you?
When you think about that cut, though, you also got to think about the shipping, you know. So it's
and also you got to think about the exposure.
Yeah,
I mean, on Amazon, every frigga bloody shop's an Amazon, isn't he? So
yeah, you know what? See, and that's part of the problem too. Like when you used to go into the record store, you used to see all these albums. You used to get overwhelmed, and you would do exactly what Mark just said. You would just start walking along, flipping through all the albums. When you go on Amazon, it's like I'm buying Incubus Love Child. And that's it. I didn't even look at anything else. It was like, I go there and I go, up is the new Day of Matrona? Nope, it's not up there. Okay, because I want the new Day of Matrona album, but it's, like you said, it costs more for the shipping than it does for the album. So I bought the digital download for $10 because I was like, you know, I try and support all the bands I play, so usually I try and buy something at some point. But yeah, that's a big problem. And it sucks because like gas had gone down in the United States. You know, we were paying less and it wasn't reflected in the price of anything.
It's still stupid over here.
Yeah.
It's a litre. What's the difference between a US gallon and a British gallon?
I think a liter is like, I think a gallon is like 3 liters.
Well, in a British gallon, there's 4.54 litres.
Okay.
I only know that because I used to work in an oil factory and I used to fill gallons of oil.
So you know what? I think that could be what we are too. So 4 point something could be a gallon.
Well, I'm paying today. I put fuel in my van. It was £1.77 a litre. So that's well over $2 a litre.
So $2. So for a gallon, you're paying like $8. You're saying.
Well, yeah, almost like probably
$9 and something.
almost, yeah, between 8.50, 8.60, something like that. Yeah.
We're paying $4.09.
So yeah, so it's hard. The thing is, we get stiff because like you actually look at the. I've seen diagrams showing the split of the tax, the actual retailer, the
Who gets
supplier
what?
cost,
Yeah.
and the majority of that graph is always taxed by the government.
Same thing
It's
here.
Robbing bastard.
Yeah, it's so funny with the gas thing here, because we were down to like $3.20 for a little while, and then it just bounced back up again. It's just the way, like during 4th of July, it got higher because they knew people were going to travel, and I don't know. I don't know if it really reflects we don't have any gas, and a lot of people use electric here. I don't have an electric car. Do you?
No, I wouldn't have one either. I think it's a fad.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I had to laugh. I saw some graffiti on a bridge, and it says, "There are no EVs in Mad Max."
Although in one of the Mad Maxes, it does look like the Cybertruck from Tesla, a little bit.
But no, I think in the next 10 years they'll be scrapped, and everyone will be using hydrogen engines. Because the technology is there already. They are convenient to fill like a normal gasoline tank, or this is a pressurized hydrogen tank. And the only byproduct from the combustion is water. Yeah. So, I mean, how more environmentally friendly can you get than that? And it always makes me laugh when you see a broken, sorry, not a broken down, but an EV that's run out of charge. And then you've got like a car's pulled up with a diesel generator on the back to charge the bloody thing up.
It's so funny, too, because here in the United States, all the original cars were electric. All the original motorbikes were electric. So they first started out as electric and then went to gas. Only because, I believe, they knew that it would cost people more money. They could sell more products. Electric motors broke down less. The only problem I have with electric is, what are we doing with all these batteries? Where are they all going? I don't know.
And also, I mean, the supply of lithium ion, it's only finite, right, until they start mining the sea or other, untouched areas of the planet.
Yeah, no.
You look at the mess they've made of Africa mining it, and you see all these horror stories about child labor and stuff.
All right, so we're wrapping it up. Mark will be back after festival season. Good luck with festival season, my friend.
Cheers, brother.
Have fun at Cosfest, Mears Fest, and what other ones are you doing?
Phoenix Alternative Festival, which is like a steampunk one.
Okay,
that'll be interesting. And I've got a support slot down in St Albans near London for an old. Do you remember the old new wave of British heavy metal scene from late 70s, early 80s?
Who is a part of it? T-Rex?
No, you might bands like Motorhead.
Oh yeah.
Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, all the heavy metal bands.
Yeah,
that's what it's. There was also a lot of the small sort of B bands that were doing all the supports for their major tours back in the day. There was a band back in the day called Bleak House. They had a bit of success with a few singles, but they never quite made it to the mainstream big time. And then they broke up for a few years, but then they've reformed, I think, in the 2010s or something like that. And it's basically their 45th anniversary of their first gig at a pub called The Horn in St Albans. So they're going to have a 45th anniversary gig at the same pub on the same date in September. And they saw me last year at Mearfest and they asked me if I come and support them. So
cool.
I couldn't say no. So so that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah, we have a couple of bands doing that here in the New York, New Jersey area. Bands that were big, like when I was going to bars. White Tiger is one of them, and there was a couple of other ones. They were like Twisted Sister was a part of those bands, but Twisted Sister, yeah, they actually made it. But there was all these bands out of New York and Long Island and New Jersey that would play every single night because bars had bands every single night in the 70s. You could go to any bar, walk in the door on a Tuesday night, and there'd be a live band.
Yeah.
So it was a different time. But yeah, some of those bands are coming back around again and reliving, 50 years ago, 45 years ago, all that stuff, which is cool. It's nice to see.
Because it's our era. Because we're old farts.
Yeah. And we're getting older. All right, my friend. Peace. Pleasure as always. See you soon. Pleasure as always, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. Let me see if I can...
Cheers, Jerry.
Cheers, buddy. Let me see if I could just pop Mark out of here for a second. There goes his eye coming out. Here we go. See how he's gone. He's gone. Mark, I'll talk to you soon, my friend. So we got Mark in the distance. I'm just going to wrap up the show. So we started playing a different song at the end of the show than what we've been playing. So this is Neil Fox. The name of this song is Sheep, because we're all just sheep.
Be the one who had to say this, but it's been heavy on my mind. And though you like to think you're one and you're the only, look around, 'cause you're not one of a kind. I'm not the only one who knows or who can see this, but you've been getting on my nerves. Your ego say that you're always right, and it fights for the space it deserves. Sheep, you've got the messes on your soul, no need to run, no need to hide. You're all just sheep. As long as everyone agrees, you'll be as stupid as you please. You're all just sheep. And anyone with a laptop can supply you with lies. Sheep, you're being led up to the slaughter, and they'll serve you with fries. And here's another who could care less to get the facts straight. He's just another status quo. Behind a microphone, and boy, don't he just look great as he demonstrates what he doesn't know. Sheep, you've got the messes on your soul, no need to run, no need to hide. You're all just sheep. As long as everyone agrees, you'll be as stupid as you please. You're all just sheep. And any moron with a laptop can supply you with lies. Sheep, you're being led up to the slaughter, and they'll serve you with fries. And though you claim to have the facts to back up your story, you never seem to hang around. You're so convinced that your opinion has some value, and only your view is so holy and profound. You wouldn't think to check a fact, you'd never try to lead the way. As long as all your fears are intact, freedom is the only price we pay for sheep. You're all just sheep. Sheep. You're all just sheep. Sheep. You're all just sheep. just sheep.
You're all just sheep. Neil Fox, therealneilfox.com. I want to thank Mark Edwards from skidmark.org and incubuslovechild.com for being on the show today. Thank you very much, Mark. It was a pleasure as usual. Don't forget, go to skidmark.org and incubuslovechild.com to check out Mark and what's going on at Skidmark and what's going on at incubuslovechild.com, which shortly should have a pre-order for the album, and the album should be out, I think Mark was saying, by like September, October, something like that. So looking forward to that. Good show. Really good show. Peace, everybody. Oh, wait, I didn't do, so don't forget that you should be kind to people, care about people, take care of people, love people, respect people. If you can't do all those things at once, start with respect. And then once you respect somebody, you might care about them. And then if you respect and you care about somebody, if they need some help and they ask you for help, you might help them. And then if you respect, care about, and take care of somebody, you can learn to love that person. And it doesn't have to be in a physical way. It could be in the way that one human being loves another human being. That's right. That's right. It sure could. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? All right. Peace, everybody. Sending peace, love, music, and art around the world to anybody that will listen. That's right. We're trying. Maybe you can help us out. Always remember and never forget.
Chicken parm time.
It is truly chicken parm time at the Bumpskey Show.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right. Peace.
If you could stand for our national anthem, that would be fantastic. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For God bless the USA.